Monday, karaoke Tuesday, steak night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night, boneless wing night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Fall into a new career you'll love with WVU Medicine. On Thursday, October 20th, WVU Medicine is hosting a hiring event, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Health Sciences Center on the Berkeley Medical Center campus in Martinsburg. Speak to recruiters and hiring managers about opportunities in patient access, radiology, nursing, and more. To RSVP, check us out on LinkedIn or our Facebook page at WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers. We hope to see you there.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night, Thursday is steak night, Fridays are dinner specials, Saturdays there's live music, and Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern. Live from the Neon Moon in Martinsburg, it's time for Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Spencer Dupuis for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 as we get ready for tonight's Monday Night Football matchup between the Raiders and the Chiefs. But first we'll recap Week 5, starting with the 3 local teams and the one that we are affiliated with and had on the air Sunday afternoon. The Washington Commanders losing to the Tennessee Titans 21-17, and it was a rough one. At final drive, after the pass interference, looked like Washington had victory right there, but just like Washington always does, it seems to just fall apart and choke, and unfortunately, it was the same old, first and goal.
First and goal from the 2-yard line. 3 straight pass plays ended with an interception.
Yeah, and it went to David Long Jr., a former West Virginia Mountaineer. And then another weird situation after that was they put time back on the clock.
Because he was diving for it and got touched by the receiver in McKissick.
And it was on the 1-yard line. Why didn't Washington try to force a safety? You've seen that. I know it was first down, but you don't allow the quarterback to push forward. Try to push him back, cause a turnover, or force a safety and see if you can get some time left for a crazy last-second play. It seemed like they had already given up because of that interception and allowed them to push, 2-3 yards forward before taking the knee?
Yeah.
It made no sense to me. I thought you should have continued to fight and maybe make things interesting because you never know. I know the chances weren't likely, but you'd like to see some fight out of the guys, but it really seemed like frustration has kicked in Washington. And I know today
I'm frustrated.
Matt Rule from the Panthers got fired for a poor 1-4 start. Well, Washington's in the same boat, being 1-4, and I saw a similar stat today comparing Matt Rule's record and Ron Rivera's record, because it's been the same time frame as them as head coaches. Rivera only has 4 more wins. Yeah. And he's had a losing season the entire time in Washington. So is he on the hot seat? I think he is.
I don't think he is.
You don't think he is? Why not?
I don't think he is because...
Should he be?
I think he should, but is he in reality? No, because I don't think that that's on Dan Snyder's agenda right now. And I say Dan Snyder because he is darn well running this team and everybody knows it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I mean, ultimately it would be Jason Wright, but if you think Jason Wright's kind of being persuaded by Dan Snyder, then yeah, it's Dan Snyder, but there were some positive signs. It seemed like the defense was really able to step up, especially the defensive line guys like John Allen, Montez Sweat, really putting pressure on Tannehill, even though it was, I'm pretty sure, I'd have to double check, a 100-yard day for Derrick Henry. He still never really got into the end zone.
But it's Derrick Henry, though. I wouldn't expect anything less from Derrick Henry.
And then Brown. What a game for him. 2 touchdowns. And even though ultimately Wentz, it'll be remembered with the final play being the interception that resulted in the loss, he had a pretty solid game.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't expect back to De'Ami Brown. You don't expect him to do that. He didn't have a great camp at all this year, and nobody thought he was going to do anything. He was, inactive for week 1. I was just very surprised that he stepped up. I was pleasantly surprised that he stepped up in the absence of Jahan Dotson. And hopefully he can continue to do so, because I think Commanders are going to be without Dotson for at least another week.
What I was mostly frustrated in, even though it was the return of Brian Robinson Jr., a great moment for Washington fans getting to see him back. He was the last guy to come out of the tunnel, be called for the standing ovation. The ground game was horrible for Washington.
They don't have an offensive line.
43 rushing yards in total out of Robinson, McKissick, and Gibson.
Gibson had 3 carries for 6 yards.
It was pathetic.
Inexcusable.
And you can't, because of Carson Wentz,
Wentz
and where he's at right now, you can't rely on his passing game because we know the situation with him.
Yeah.
He is, unfortunately, not the guy.
Yeah.
Even Ron Rivera said it today. The difference between the NFC East teams and Washington is that quarterback spot. They have guys that they can rely on franchise-wise, and that's why right now the Eagles, undefeated, both Dallas and the Giants, who have Cooper Rush and Danny Dimes, are at 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, it always seems to be the trouble in Washington. You can't find yourself a quarterback. As Dan Snyder said, a month ago, we found ourselves a quarterback. Not. He was never a good option, never should have taken on his $28 million cap hit. It's starting to blow up in their faces again. But, I want to go to that defense for a minute. The defense that's kind of taken a lot of heat this year. They got to the quarterback a lot this week. Split with 2 sacks. James Smith-Williams had a sack. Obata had a sack. Deron Payne.
We had a snack earlier, by the way.
We'll talk about that later. In a second. Yeah. John Allen and Deron Payne shared a sack. But the real leader was the middle linebacker, Cole Holcomb. He came to play 11 total tackles.
Yeah, it was a very impressive game for him. You're fine. Don't hurt yourself, Chelsea. But, again, stop into the Neon Moon Tavern. That's going to happen here. Accidents happen. But they do have some great food today.
Okay.
We had chicken and waffles, and it was
tell you how good
delicious.
I wish they came out like 40 minutes later.
So that we could have showed them?
We could have showed people.
Because as soon as it came out, I even mentioned and kind of got you to chuckle. That chicken was glistening.
It was glistening, dude.
Golden brown.
I will tell you, it's so good. You're going to be able to take it home and have it tonight, tomorrow.
I might have to do that, honestly.
Because
I was debating on
between
getting
you and
another
I
order so I can have it for
we
tomorrow.
didn't even finish all the waffles.
That is true. The waffles were fluffy. The syrup was fantastic. But the chicken, hand-breaded, brined for 8 hours. So definitely, if you're a fan.
Juice. Got that Chick-fil-A vibe to it.
Yep. If you're a fan of chicken and waffles, stop on in today. That is today's special. It is fantastic. But, you got any final thoughts on Washington in the 4th straight loss, or should we move over to another team that's having quarterback issues that's a local one?
Before we change over, also the drink of the day is Tropical Punch, so that could be really good. I might have to get myself one of those. Or I'm going to go with the Oktoberfest again.
We'll have to wait and see. But you are good with Washington?
Yeah, I may not be a
short
fan.
week.
I may not be a fan here much longer.
Well, we'll have to talk about that maybe next week if they do lose Thursday to the Bears.
Let's just all combine it. Short week, play on Thursday night at Chicago. I don't have any idea how this is.
Right now, the line's
another
even.
snoozer of a Thursday night game coming up.
If the defense steps up, I think they can sneak out with a close win. It's going to be tough at Soldier Field. The offense in Chicago, it's inconsistent, but it can be flashy at times, so that's why I don't like Washington's chances.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right, moving on, the Bills and the Steelers, and it was domination by Buffalo. It's been a common theme for them, it seems like, this year, and Pittsburgh now 1-4 as well. Even though it was Kenny Pickett's debut, it was a tough one on the road in Buffalo against the Super Bowl favorites. Pickett went 34 of 52, 327 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. And I feel like, kind of like Washington, you can't make your guy at that quarterback spot be throwing the ball so much. You need guys that are able to run the ball, and Harris was horrible. 11 carries for 20 yards.
The running game just around the NFL, I don't think was that great this weekend overall for some reason. But, you said it best on your notes here, on your show notes. Steelers get killed by the Bills. There was nothing there.
Yeah, it was a career day for Josh Allen. 20 of 31, 424 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception.
It's just, I don't know. I mean, the Steelers are in rebuild mode.
Yeah, and right now they get the first pick in the draft.
As weird as I say that, it's got to be true, right?
No, it's true. They're definitely rebuilding. I mean, they got a Week 1 win against the Bengals, but since then it's been 4 straight losses.
This could be the first year under Mike Tomlin where they have a losing record.
I don't think it could be. I think it will be.
Oh, it will be. You're right. Yeah.
All right, moving on now to the Ravens. It was a big win for them last night, and it was on a walk-off field goal by the GOAT and Justin Tucker.
Hey, they were saying he was missing in pregame, but it doesn't matter because he makes it when it counts. I want a kicker like Justin Tucker on the Commanders.
Well, I think that'll be hard to find. He's definitely 1 in a million. I feel like he could be a first-ballot Hall of Famer, honestly, even as a kicker with the numbers that he puts up. It's well-deserving. I mean, he has the longest field goal of all time last year with 66 yards. And when it matters most, as you said, he comes up clutch, it seems like, every single time. And that was a big win for Baltimore because it seems like realistically for that division, it's between the Ravens and the Bengals. And now you got a leg up on Cincinnati. Yes, Cleveland you can put in the mix, but let's be honest, it always seems like the Browns are going to slip up at some point.
The Browns is the Browns.
But them being 2-3, Cincinnati being 2-3, now Baltimore being 3-2, I feel like it's theirs to lose.
100%. And I think, I think when you look at the Ravens particularly, they got J.K. Dobbins back recently. They got Ronnie Stanley back. I think they're ready to go. I think they're going to go on a run.
And we'll have to wait and see, though, as I'd say it's definitely a trap game for Baltimore this week as they play the New York Giants, a team out of nowhere at the start of the season that seems really good right now, 4-1 after a huge upset win in comeback fashion in London yesterday morning or afternoon there against the Packers.
It was morning, early afternoon here. I will have to say, can they make, as much as I don't like it, make that a permanent fixture so I can wake up?
It is nice.
It
really is.
I can wake up to football, and I can basically go to bed with football.
Yeah, I don't know if I want a franchise in London, but I do enjoy the week or two that they've been giving us the London game, because this year,
are we getting a
both
Germany
have been
game
pretty
too?
good ones. I think we are getting a German game this year. I'd have to double check
I just
where
was excited.
and who.
I was just excited to wake up yesterday, and I think the game was going on, started at 9:30. Then I want to say it ended around 12:15, 12:30. So you got yourself some time to step away, go get some lunch, and then come back, and you got a full slate from 1 to 7:30, and then from 7:30 to 8:15, you got some time to do some other stuff, and then you go to bed with football.
Yep, I completely agree. We're going to take our first break on Monday Night Mayhem now, live from the Neon Moon Tavern. Stop on in, get some spiked fruit punch or some chicken and waffles. It was definitely delicious, and I believe I saw they also have sweet tea wings now. Never had that before, but definitely going to have to try them. But we're going to take a 3-minute break. On the other side of that break, preview the Raiders and the Chiefs tonight, which you can hear on Talk Radio WRNR, and give you some bets that we think might help you win some money. We'll back after this on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor. We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with one-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bagent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night, Thursday is steak night, Fridays are dinner specials, Saturdays there's live music, and Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 live from the Neon Moon Tavern off 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg. So we get ready to preview tonight's Monday Night Football matchup between the Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now it looks like ESPN has the line set for Kansas City, favored by under 7 points, and the over-under set for 51.5, which means it's dropped by half a point since I looked on the betting app that I use. That was at 7.5 for the Chiefs, and the over-under was 52 points. And honestly, the way that the Raiders have been playing, even though they did get a win last week, I think the Chiefs can win by a lot tonight.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm all for the Chiefs winning. 100% I think the Chiefs can win. I do want a Davante Adams touchdown or two.
Fantasy-wise, are you putting some money on that?
Well, it doesn't really matter at this point, fantasy-wise, because I just got clobbered for some reason this week. Did you see my score in our league?
I did not, but
I'm losing 124 to 70.72.
Yeah, I lost as well in our league, unfortunately, to a team that was 0-4. So now my team's on a 3-game losing streak. But
it's literally because Kamara, Fournette, and Bryce Hall decided to have good games.
The reason why I was asking if you were talking about betting-wise is because touchdown scoring-wise, 1 touchdown, Adams is at 106 negative-wise. But 2 touchdown scores for Davante Adams is plus 650. So honestly, I feel like that might be a decent shot if you think that this is going to be a shootout and that Carr has a pretty big night to try to keep this one competitive with the Chiefs, who, yeah, they don't have Hill, but last week Juju Smith-Schuster really picked it up, as well as you still got Travis Kelce and others for the Chiefs, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire in at running back, and you never know what's going to happen. I mean, it's Mahomes. He's going to make anybody solid, and I see you making a bet right now, a 4-bet parlay. That's a pretty huge one as well. What did you do?
I had Juju Smith-Schuster touchdown scorer.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't know. I don't think I did this the way I wanted it to do. I have the under 51.5 points. I have Davante Adams score 2 touchdowns and Josh Jacobs to score a touchdown. I think it's because I have the under.
Okay.
If I had the over,
I don't know. Go for it. I mean
1630.
It might
work. I could
work.
use that 1630.
I'm going with the over tonight, and I never like doing the spread. I always feel like it's tough in the NFL. But the Chiefs averaging 32.3 points per game, and the defense allowing 24 points per game, compared to the Raiders averaging 24 points per game, the defense allowing 25. I think the over-unders for both of those teams, which for Kansas City's 30.5, and for Vegas it's 21.5. Just looking at those numbers, I think you got to go with the over and hope that we finally get to see a shootout on Monday Night Football, which is what we've been waiting for. It seems like for a long time.
Hey, we usually stay until halftime just because we both have, jobs we got to go to tomorrow and stuff I have something to do when I get home.
Yeah.
So, might want to stay this whole game. It's going to be very entertaining tonight.
I don't know about that, just because of how much we got in store this week.
You were supposed to say yes.
I mean, it's going to be a good game, but you know what all we have filled on Talk Radio WRR and TV10 this week. And
you should have just said yes, we're not talking about what we have.
I still think you need to stop in for the Neon Moon Tavern as we're waiting for Coach Ernie McCook to stop in. We'll talk with him from 6:30 to 7 about the 72-7 win for Shepherd over Lockhaven. It looks like right as I talk about him, he's walking in
did you just
as
summon
well.
Him? I think
and
you
then
just summoned Coach McCook.
We got the Beast later on, as well as Tyson Bagent and Ty Lucas, 2 former Bulldogs. So let's get into it now and continue talking about the betting prop bets for tonight. And I'll even mention one of the long shot parlays that I made just for fun. It's a 9-bet leg, so it probably won't happen. But if it does, it would be a big one. Juju Smith-Schuster, anytime touchdown score. Derek Carr to at least throw 1 interception. Juju Smith-Schuster to have over 49.5 receiving yards. Josh Jacobs to have over 59.5 rushing yards. Patrick Mahomes over 277.5 passing yards. Josh Jacobs to score a touchdown, and then the over on the points and the over on both teams' points as well.
I went back, chose the over. Look what it drops to.
Yeah, that definitely dropped a lot, so you might want to go with the under.
It dropped about $1,400 is what it dropped.
Yeah, it's up to you, man. I mean, let's continue here. You kind of chuckled. Which one were you chuckling at
No, I
for
was
me?
chuckling.
Oh, you were just chuckling at that. I thought maybe you were still chuckling at the fact that I have Jacobs with the over rushing yards wise
No,
for
I was just
59.5.
Chuckling because that's a huge difference.
Does Davante Adams finally have a breakout game for the Raiders?
I mean, can he
His
score?
over-unders at 76.5 receiving yards.
If he scores 100 fantasy points, I'll say yes.
I don't think that's possible. I mean, he could maybe get 30 for you.
I know.
That would be more realistic. And an interesting one that I wanted to throw in for fun today. Total yards of longest field goal, over under 47.5 at Arrowhead. What do you think?
What are you saying? Repeat that.
Over under 47.5 yards for the longest field goal tonight.
Definitely.
We don't have all day.
Under.
Under, you think? You think that we're going to get close field goals? Nobody going for a 50-plus tonight?
No.
All right.
I'm placing my bet.
What about the total yards of
placing my
longest
bet just
touchdown?
for giggles.
Do we have a big touchdown tonight over under 43.5 yards?
Yes. Devontae Adams.
You think Devontae Adams gets a big touchdown?
Big tutty.
All righty. Will either quarterback throw an interception? I said yes. I think Carr will. I honestly think both could. It seems like there's always one by each.
I think Carr's going to definitely throw an interception.
Juju Smith-Schuster over under 49.5 receiving yards.
I feel like he's been inexistent.
I don't know. Last week I thought he had a big one, so I'm going with the over for him.
I'll go with the under.
Devontae Adams over under 76.5 receiving yards.
Devontae Adams over. Hammer the over.
Hammer the over. Hunter Renfrow over under 42.5 receiving yards.
Hammer the under.
Under. Josh Jacobs over under 59.5 rushing yards. I'm saying over.
I think he's going over.
Carr over under 272.5 passing yards.
The over.
Patty Mahomes over under 277.5.
The over.
Alrighty, let's look at touchdown scores now. This one was an interesting one tonight, I feel like. Travis Kelce set at negative 136 odd-wise for a touchdown, so you wouldn't be making much money, but if you want a little bit, I feel like that's a guaranteed one, especially if they reach the red zone.
Yeah, but you're not making a lot, so why make that bet?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire at negative 122. Devontae Adams at negative 106. Josh Jacobs at plus 120. Juju Smith-Schuster at plus 148. And then Darren Waller at plus 185. So 3-3 there from Vegas and Kansas City, and that's only for one touchdown. Looking at two touchdown guys. Travis Kelce at plus 510. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at plus 540. Devontae Adams at plus 650. Josh Jacobs plus 750. That's the one that I went with. Juju Smith-Schuster at plus 1050. Then Hunter Renfrow at plus 2,000. It's an interesting night tonight. If you really think it's going to be a shootout, I'd go for those two touchdown scorers. And I mentioned Josh Jacobs, but you'd probably go Devontae Adams.
I went Devontae Adams. It's already locked in that bet.
So who do you think wins tonight? We both said Chiefs, but by how much? Do you think they cover over a touchdown?
Yes. I think they cover. I think it's a good game, and then the Chiefs pull away late.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It seems like whenever we think this, unfortunately, it's been the opposite. But if the Chiefs, especially next week when they get the Bills, I feel like they got to win dominantly tonight to show that they're actually in competition with the Bills.
Yeah. I would say that, yes.
So, any final thoughts before we take a break?
No, I'm fine.
All right.
I mean, I think the Chiefs are going to win tonight.
Alrighty, there you go. About an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes away from kickoff between the Raiders and the Chiefs. Again, Kansas City favored by a touchdown. The over-under now at 51.5. And we'll take a 3-minute break as we're live from the Neon Moon Tavern for Monday Night Mayhem. On the other side of this 3-minute break, we'll be joined by the head coach of the Shepherd Rams and Ernie McCook. You're tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
CMA Honda of Winchester understands supply chain issues in the automotive industry that has significantly reduced dealer inventories of new cars. That's why we have launched Drive More Days now through September 5th. CMA is already committed to never charging over sticker for our new vehicles, but now, during this special Drive More Days event, customers will also receive a $500 gas card with purchase of a used vehicle. Go buy your used vehicles now at CMA Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Welcome back to Monday Night Mayhem live from the Neon Moon Tavern. Colin McLaughlin as well as Spencer Dupuis for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, and we're now joined by the head coach of the Shepherd Rams, Ernie McCook, who had a huge win this past Saturday, 72-7 over Lock Haven. And we'll start off with your overall thoughts on the win, Coach.
You know, we knew that Lock Haven was going to be struggling. It's a program that's rebuilding, new coach, new coaching staff, young players. We wanted to make sure that our guys played at our level and not down to theirs, or to a younger. Don't be complacent. And I thought, all in all, and I think our whole staff feels the same way, that our players played the way we were supposed to play. We did what we were supposed to do as a football program, and executed where we needed to execute, and played a pretty solid ball game. And I think that's a credit to our players, maintaining focus and having great effort on Saturday and coming away with the win.
And you got to see a bulkier roster able to get on the field. And I think all but one of the quarterbacks on your roster get some playing time.
Yeah, it was. It's always good when you can play everybody, and that means things are going well for you. And we had a chance to do some substitutions there at halftime, and we told our guys, hey, this is going to be a chance for you to get some quality reps, and it's not going to be very vanilla. We're going to challenge you to be able to execute the game plan, and I think our guys did a nice job.
Offensively, at the end, balanced-wise, it was 296 yards through the air, and I believe on the ground as well, if we look that up correctly. But it seemed like at the start, it was the passing attack, and then a little bit towards the end it was more of the rushing attack. But how did you like the full blend of your offense?
I like the fact that we're able to obviously throw the ball with what I think is the best quarterback in the country, and I like the fact that, I thought Tyson was extremely accurate on Saturday. I thought that he was putting the ball right where it needed to be. I thought those are some great deals there. You want to have balance. You want to be able to, we're a team that's going to throw the football a lot. We've proven that over the last several years. But when we need to run the football, we have to be able to run the ball, which I think we're able to prove that we did that on multiple occasions this year.
And when you talk about running the ball, you're able to see a good bulk of your running backs as well. What did you like from all of them that you were able to see, guys you normally don't see on the field?
Yeah, to start off, obviously Ronnie, he had a couple great runs and did a great job. But seeing Blake Hartman get some significant carries and in some important crunch time, I thought that was great. Blake is getting better each week, and him and Ronnie together are a good 1-2 punch. And then the fact that we got Yvonne some quality carries, who's been a real steady guy in our program. And then Nazir Russell had a big touchdown, and so I felt really good about all our guys. I thought the young O-line played well. I thought some of the receivers, got Daryl Harper. There was a lot of firsts that day.
Yeah.
Blake Hartman's first touchdown, Christian Edgerson's first touchdown pass, Daryl Harper's first touchdown. I want to say Alfonso Ferre, his first touchdown, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So and the pick 6 by Dante Harrison, and so there was a lot of things that were really positive from Saturday, and the fact that we came away injury free. We executed, and we were able to get to the next week.
Since you mentioned the pick 6, what were your overall thoughts about the defensive performance for your team?
Week in and week out, I think our defense is playing great football. They're making it very difficult on opposing offenses. I think our team speed has gotten a lot better. I think the fact, from last year, just watching guys run around and play with great energy and effort on defense has been awesome. And it starts with the linebackers, the defensive line, the backfield. I mean, some of the guys that, they're all playing well, and they're all getting after it. Emilio Pena, he's one of my favorite players to watch him play with his effort and everything that he does on the back end. And then the linebackers, Devin Lynch and Dwayne Grantham, we talk about. I know he's a fan favorite here locally, and the defensive ends, Malik and Kyle, just their commitment to our program, and then the way we're getting things done inside with guys like Journey Dunbar, Matt Benarski, and Nathan Muley.
Another guy, young guy on the defensive, his linebacker. I'm gonna butcher his name. JT.
Yeah, JT's. He was a really highly recruited guy for us. We knew that he's from Westfield High School. A really strong program in Northern Virginia, and we knew that JT was going to be a really good player for us. We felt that he would play early, and he's done that. And he's making less and less mistakes each week and getting better.
You also mentioned just the local talent that you have. How has it been just to see the local talent around here really grow, and guys, it seems like even right now in high school, continue to grow, and possibly because of the national recognition that you guys have now at Shepherd, guys from around here want to go there.
I think you have to you have to be great recruiting locally. If you want to have a really strong football program, you have to have a program where the kids in the local region, not just in a 10-mile radius, but within an hour radius, Shepherd's a place that they want to come and play football. And when I think of the Martinsburg guys, Musselman guys, we're going to recruit the heck out of some other guys here in the Eastern Panhandle that we've identified as really good players. I want to have a culture where our guys want to come and play football here. I think that's happened. I think we do have a standard. But when you look at like Nathan Muley and the two guys we have from the other two guys we have from Jefferson, Sammy Roberts, Kaysen Lanza, I think they're going to be great players in a redshirt this year. Kaysen's a real big body tight end. But to me, it started when Tyson committed to us, and then we were able to, sign like Ty Lucas.
Ty Lucas will be here tonight.
Yeah,
so
I heard that. Malachi Brown. I don't want to forget anybody, but those guys have all come in. Matt Benarski. I was part of the recruiting process with those guys. And I think when they had a chance, and, to say that we didn't get a bump from having Tyson in our program, that's obviously helpful. But I thought one of the biggest transfers we got was Blake Hartman this year. Blake is a great football player, was really a great football player in high school. And, I knew he was going to get some Division I offers. And I was just hoping that maybe he wanted to stay closer to home. And fortunately, he made the decision to come back and be closer to home and play for us.
I don't know if you had a chance to see what his brother did on Friday night. He had over 500 yards total.
Wow.
7 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's great
it
family.
Runs in the family, right?
Yeah, great family, and they're awesome people. And I just our roster from from top to bottom, A to Z, is just a bunch of great kids and great families. And, this is a program that I think everybody could be very proud of.
Let's move on now to your special teams as well. We weren't at the game, so we didn't really get to see how it went, but how do you think that you guys did on the return game and the coverage game?
I thought that the special teams is playing well. I mean, they're not making big mistakes. They're making an ordinary play extraordinary. I think we had a turnover. We had a turnover on special teams, which was a big deal. Set us up with a really short field, I think a 1-yard line. And we were able to punch one in. And I think that the energy that we have on special teams, the commitment that Coach Wright has, and the putting the most, detailed special teams unit out there. The guy's a tireless worker, and it shows what they're playing on the field. Jacob Haney, we talk about him every week. He wants to be successful, and he's going to get in a rhythm. He's going to do some good things. But Matt Barrick, Ryan Barrick, geez, I always call Matt Ryan by his dad's name, but Ryan Barrick does a tremendous job, and not to mention Zach Fry, the Notre Dame transfer, the long snapper. So, and the coverage has been great. The returns have been great. So really pleased with that.
And I want to go back to something that happened last week. We kind of knew that that something along those lines could be coming, but Joey Fisher officially gets the invite to the Hula Bowl. Obviously huge for your program because it's the first time anybody from your program's been invited to the Hula Bowl.
Right, and it's what an honor for a great player for us, and we're really proud of Joey. And and the greatest thing about Joey, and we all know that Tyson's going to get a great invite to a college all-star game. That it's never a distraction. Joey gets the invite, but he's on to practice as usual, and he and I'll chit-chat about what he's got going on, and I think it's kind of exciting for him. But I think he is, there is nobody more appreciative of his football success than him. He's a lot of times overwhelmed by it when I say that emotionally, because he has a great appreciation to play the game, and so it's fun. It's fun when you have two great players, and we have a bunch of good players, and I think there's some other guys that are going to get some other all-star opportunities.
I think that coming from Tyson and Joey, that's just going to help get more guys seen. And we actually had the assistant scout director for scouting from the Hula Bowl on our show today.
Okay.
And Jimmy Williams, and he was very complimentive of what Joey can do on the football field and what he's been able to do in meeting him off the field.
Yeah. I mean, Joey's awesome, man. He's great kid, great family. Pretty grounded, and I think I'm wishing nothing but great success for him. But I'm hoping he still has a lot of football left to play in that blue and gold. How's that sound?
Sounds good to us as well. Keeping focused on last week's matchup against Lock Haven.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for guys like us and even fans to be like, it was a 72-7 win. What can you find, I don't want to say negative-wise, but things to improve on? But as a job, coaching-wise, that's your job so that your team can be the best every single week that it can be. So what are some things that you feel like your team still needs to improve on?
Well, I think we've done it. We've got to continue to do well in securing the football. When we watch the tape, we're seeing a lot of bad pictures of the ball being loose. We want to make sure we take care of that. We're fortunate enough not to have any turnovers, but we also want to be in a situation where we do a good job of taking care of the ball with ball security. Our defense is getting some great takeaways, which is pretty awesome. So I think if we can continue in that phase, we'll be okay. I think that we need to continue to improve at the fundamentals, just being good at doing the ordinary thing.
And doing the ordinary thing, your team is just so far this season played to where you thought they would play. I'm presuming.
Where I was hoping they play.
Yeah.
6-0.
6-0 on the season. What has been the thing that you've seen most improvement on from week one to now here?
Ooh, you're stealing one of my questions.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you want to, I can talk week 1 to 3, and we can go 3 to 6 with you.
No, I just meant that's all I asked coaches last week, so he's taking one out of my playbook. Yeah. Maybe not for you today, but it's a good one.
You know what? I think it's awesome to watch, we had a lot of young players start out the season on offense and defense, and to be able to see them grow and be able to handle more of the playbook and more of our system has been really a positive thing. So, we haven't had to slow. Our installs had to be really calculated with not overwhelming guys mentally so they could execute at a high level. But I think it's being able to see them just absorb and grasp things and really do a nice job of getting better mentally and physically as a team. And because, we have a lot of young guys. And we've got to have a lot of great confidence in that they're going to be able to execute at a high level.
How huge do you think this last game was for those players that don't get playing time normally or that are sitting there third, fourth on the depth chart?
Well, I think it's awesome, and I think it was a couple things about it. We got our guys out for the first half, and we executed to the level we wanted to execute. Then we were able to make some, pretty significant substitutions in the second half and get a lot of players quality reps. I think that's the repetition is the mother of all learning. The more you rep things, the better you become at it. And if we can develop depth and growth in our younger players, that's always a positive.
All right, final thoughts on this game before we take a break and preview this week's matchup?
I was glad we came out healthy, and I was glad that, we came away with the win and our guys played to a pretty solid level.
All righty, we'll take another 3-minute break on Monday Night Mayhem live from the Neon Moon Tavern, and on the other side of that break, preview this week's homecoming game against Millersville. You're tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Fall into a new career you'll love with WVU Medicine. On Thursday, October 20th, WVU Medicine is hosting a hiring event 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Health Sciences Center on the Berkeley Medical Center campus in Martinsburg. Speak to recruiters and hiring managers about opportunities in patient access, radiology, nursing, and more. To RSVP, check us out on LinkedIn or our Facebook page at WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers. We hope to see you there.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night, Thursday is steak night, Fridays are dinner specials, Saturdays there's live music, and Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Welcome back to Monday Night Mayhem live from the Neon Moon Tavern as we continue with head coach of the Shepherd Rams, Ernie McCook, on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis. This Saturday, the Rams will have homecoming at Rams Stadium taking on the Millersville Marauders, team that seems like has struggled a little bit this year, but a team that you can't overlook. If you remember last year's game, it was a really rainy and wet day, but it was a pretty big challenge for you guys, it seemed like, because of that. So what have you seen from this year's Millersville team, Coach?
Well, they're very good on defense. They have 3 linebackers that are outstanding, maybe as good as anybody in the conference. They have a defensive lineman, might be the best defensive lineman in the region. They play extremely hard on defense. They great coverage. They get after it. I think you're going to see a really, this is as good a defense as we've seen since Cal. And they get after it, well coached. The offense, we are going to have a great challenge ahead of us. We're going to have to execute at a high level, have to do what we can do, execute, don't turn the football over. We turned the ball over 3 times last year in the rain. So we've got to take care of the football and be sound there. Offensively, we've got to, they'll identify what they want to do. They're very diverse in their schemes that they run. And they're continuing to get better. They have some talented wide receivers that can stretch the field and make plays, and they have ways of getting them the ball other than just the vertical passing game. Their running back played very well last week and had some key yardage, and I thought they beat a very good football team in East Stroudsburg University, and they played Westchester extremely tough. So it is a good football team that's coming to Rams Stadium. So we'll have to have great focus, effort, and energy, and a great week of preparation.
And you mentioned their running back specifically. I believe Jaheim Morris, he was named PSAC East Offensive Player of the Week. And then their special teams, they represented on the special team side as well with Zach Banta, I believe, the kicker.
Yeah, and the punter's very good too. They do a great job of controlling the field position and doing, watching the tape. There's a lot of I think their punter's top in the country and punts inside the 20-yard line.
Wow.
So they're a really smart coaching staff. They do a good job. They're going to make you drive long fields, and Coach Morgan and his staff do a great job. And again, the more I talk about it, we've been in the film room all day studying.
How do you scheme for situations like that when because of the talent that they have in at the running back spot as well as the punter being able to back your offense up in those situations?
And again, we have to be sound and we have to execute our game plan, and it's going to be preparation that's going to be very important for us.
And also this week, as I mentioned earlier, it's homecoming week, so it should be a pretty big crowd as usual, maybe even a little bit larger. But how special is it for you guys homecoming week, getting to see some former players as well come in?
It's always great when we play at home and homecoming, get former players that have been in the program and come back and enjoy the festivities and be around the team. And there's nothing better than when you get to see former Shepherd Rams and when they get to interact with our football team.
And something special happening this weekend. Can't say much about it yet, but the new logo for athletics coming out on Saturday, making its debut. We've seen it. You've obviously seen it. Yeah. What are your thoughts on what the fans are going to think about it without giving away too much?
I think that our school did a tremendous job. I think it's going to be something that's going to we'll identify with, and it'll be great to be part of our program. And I think it looks great.
It seems like an evolution of the ones in the past.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, and I think that they've taken all the things that people haven't liked about the ones in the past and made the right decision. So I know that there was a lot of effort and time that was put into this, and so it wasn't just like we took a couple pictures and said, "Hey, let's do this." And I think it looks great, and I'm looking forward to the more it's displayed. And I think credit to our university's development office and marketing department and the athletic department.
I'm trying to figure out how to really phrase this question because I don't really want to focus on the logo for it, but it might actually surprisingly be a factor, and if you say it is, it would surprise me. But what are some things, because it's probably different for every single player, and we kind of briefly touched on the point last segment, that you really key in on as a recruitment tool? Like, this is what I want to send message-wise to attract players to your team in Shepherd.
Yeah, I mean, we want to make sure that, one of the things we build our program on is what I call whole person development. First and foremost, we want to recruit guys that are here because they want to be successful in the classroom and leave here with college degrees, and we create an alumni. The second thing is, we are who we are. Shepherd University is a student. We have a student population of about 3,000 students located on the banks of the Potomac River in the tri-state area. And we're going to attract kids from Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. And we want to have a culture of competitive football. And, guys that want to be a part of a program that's going to make a lot of sacrifices and going to work extremely hard to be successful.
I've got one that kind of goes along with that, but it kind of is – it's along the recruiting path because I think that when things like this happen, it's because your program's getting more notoriety and a lot of people are seeing it, but the uptick on the social media lately.
Yeah.
It seems like your social media team, I don't know how much you're involved with it, but it seems like the interactions with the players, just what the activities being done on the stories on social media is causing a lot of traffic to go to your program, not only because of how they're playing on the field, but also the fact that you guys are putting out quality content on your social media.
And that's a credit to Chauncey Wimbush. Chauncey is bought into trying to, like one of the reasons we came up with a new logo, we want to have a brand, and that's part of our brand. And I think we've done a great job of, bringing some people involved in our program. Quinn Madden, who was a tennis player at Shepherd from Cumberland, she was in one of my classes I taught, and she says, "Hey, I'd like to help out with football." So she started out helping out as a recruiting assistant.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I know Quinn personally because she actually made a visit to my alma mater in Waynesburg.
Okay.
When she was in high school, she came to our broadcasting camp. A great communications majored there at
Yep.
Shepherd now, and she's definitely done a great job.
And Quinn did an internship at JMU and has a full-time job at JMU after she graduates in December. And Jamie and my daughter Madison have been helping out with that, and Quinn is the driving force behind it. And I think she's doing a good job of setting, what the standard is. And Quinn was very helpful with us last year through the playoff runs, creating graphics and things like that. She's been tremendous in recruiting with us. So, again, building the expectations and having the culture to be able to do stuff like that. So I think we have some people that are in, not to mention Erin Lee. She's an administrative assistant in our athletic department. She does a great job with game day operations. You probably see her on game day. And she also is very helpful with the social media and the marketing part of athletics.
And I think that that's huge for your program, being where you are in Division II and getting that national notoriety because of what you're doing on the football field, and to see this stuff and the personality coming out of these players, like the Wednesday takeover with Wyatt, I thought was really, really funny.
Yeah.
And then last week the mic'd up segment, the very beginning where he's talking about Jimmy John's.
Oh, I know. Well, Wyatt is a interesting dude.
He is.
He is a fun guy to talk to.
I was about to say that might be an understatement.
Yeah, and I had a chance. They had talked about it, and I hadn't seen it. Of course, they come out and put a mic on me, and they're asking me, like, what's your favorite Gatorade? I said, all right, I said, whatever I said. I think I said Zero Green. and then what kind of Gatorade don't you like? And I said, I don't like red Gatorade. And they said, yeah, you're exactly like Tank. And Tank is Dustin Fisher, Joey's brother, who's a tight end in our program. So I looked for that on social media, thought that would be there, but they didn't put it up. I'm like, what the heck is going on? How do
I mean, if you want to see yourself mic'd up, we have it.
Yeah.
And it's on there.
We have a little too
that
much.
That was a little bit different.
We have some stuff that
so
you can't use.
Then they come over and put them. They said, hey, we want to mic you up. And I'm like, okay. And then
they told you no cussing?
No, they started no.
We saw that for some of your other players, and it was a
sorry
challenge.
About that. You told me you could beep that out.
Yeah,
that's
we did.
We did.
That was the
beeped it
deal.
out, but
exactly.
I don't think it made it in our final cut.
Appreciate that. But they put a mic on me, and they said, "Hey, go yell at somebody." I was like, "Oh my God, what the heck is this?" You know, I don't want to yell at anybody.
You got to be natural.
Yeah, exactly. So it was it was fun, and our kids like it. Christian Etchison was a hoot in it. You know, kind of talking about whatever the gear is they were wearing and stuff like that. So we have a lot of like really dynamic personalities in our program, and it's great when that can come out social media wise. And you know, John Boyle's football page on Facebook. I mean, it's got over 5,000 followers, and he probably puts up 1,000 pictures a weekend. And it's just it's great for our program to get out there and, you know, really to be able to visualize what a Shepherd football experience is like.
All right, final thoughts for this week's game against Millersville and what the team needs to do to get a win?
We have a lot of hard work ahead of us, and we have to have a great week of preparation. And for us to be able to do that, you know, it's going to take a lot of energy and effort from our team. I think our team will, you know, the film doesn't lie. You look on the film, you see how good they are, and our guys will be focused and prepared to be ready to play on Saturday.
You got a final question, Spencer?
No.
All right, as always, Coach McCook, we appreciate you coming on, and best of luck this Saturday afternoon against Millersville.
Well, you got some great ones coming up here afterwards.
Yes,
you know?
we do. On the other side, we'll be joined by Tyson Bajent and Ty Lucas, former Martinsburg Bulldogs, here on
another week,
Monday Night Mayhem.
Another week. Another Tyson bringing one of his former high school teammates along with him, too.
That's true as well.
Hey, when you get
and
to
a lineman.
When you get to the AV stuff, Ty is the guy that helps me out in our meetings. You know, he's the guy, you know. But, you know, you talk about, like, Ty is, I mean, you talk about some young guys. Man, he is, you could see how much better Ty's getting each week. And really looking forward to, you know, this week of preparation with him.
All right, you'll hear from Ty and Tyson on the other side of this 3-minute break on Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor. We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with one-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bajent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Yes, because we're on air now as well, Spencer. Live from the Neon Moon Tavern, 4529 Shepherdstown Road. For more Monday Night Mayhem, Colin McLaughlin alongside Spencer Dupuis. We're now joined by Tyson Bagent and Ty Lucas of the Shepherd Rams and former Martinsburg Bulldogs as well. So you two played for a while together. What was that like just growing up? We'll start high school-wise and up to where you guys are now.
Yeah, I thought high school was fun. Ty was a couple years younger than me, and the age gaps are a lot in high school. You got dudes that are maturing, dudes that are still young. But he was one of the sophomores that was able to play my senior year. He played on defense, helped us win a state championship, and then obviously me being a super Martinsburg fan since graduating, being able to see his progress turn into a monster senior year, and then come to Shepherd, and now starting with Adam Steele on the O-line. It's great, and we're having a great season so far. I'm extremely happy that he's on our team. So it's been great.
Yeah, it's like growing up in high schools. Like everyone knew Tyson in high school. Then growing up, and then my sophomore year, and then actually being able to hit the field a couple times, and just all that has been great. And then actually going in a couple times and protecting him, and then knowing that he was back there ready to sling the rock a couple times was great.
I'll get your guys' input now too on Martinsburg. It was a tough loss Saturday, and some fans might be worried. I don't think.
Trying to ruin my night?
No. I just want you guys to be able, because it should be, the hopes are still high for this team.
Yeah, Martinsburg will win the state championship.
I just feel like the listeners and the viewers should hear it from you guys, maybe not just us from time and time again. Maybe they don't believe us as much as they believe you.
Yeah, I think that Martinsburg will indeed win the state championship this year. They will go through whoever they see in the playoffs. These are tough losses, and it's a sore subject for me in many ways. But I think Coach Sherman does a great job of scheduling these teams, making sure his team is battle tested heading into the season. I know they have a bye week the last week of the regular season to get some rest.
Second to last.
Oh, so
yeah, it got moved this time around because Bishop Ireton now wants to do that, so it's not like usual.
Got you. Yeah,
yep.
Well,
Coach it has been like
he
that.
He does a good job of scheduling these teams, and it just heightens the play of everyone involved. From what I hear and from what I understand, there's some cancer within the team, and that's never fun. But that also comes out when you lose games, and when you schedule tough opponents, you're liable to lose these games. But I have no doubt in my mind that Martinsburg will have a easy road to Wheeling.
And I think you say that, and it's just because the culture's winning.
Yeah.
And you're not used to losing, so when you lose, it kind of doesn't sit well with everybody.
Yeah, and it's tough. It's really it's a what have you done for me lately gig. It's easy to forget and it's funny. I don't even know how many rings they have. I don't even know how many rings we have. 10 out of the last 12.
9.
Or 9 out of the last 11.
9 since 2010.
9 since all right, so we've got 9 state championships since 2010.
Probably would have been 10 if it wasn't for a colored map during COVID.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We'll stay out of that one for now.
I'm not sure if there's another high school team in America who's done that. And for us to sit, it's easy to sit here and be like, oh, well, this went wrong and that went wrong. But things happen. Sometimes you lose.
And because of that, it seems like it's just not fair to these guys if they do get that 10th state championship, because that'd be a great milestone. But at the same time, people are going to be like, but yeah, they had 2 losses.
Yeah. And it's all. I mean,
which is weird. It's not fair to them. It's still a great team.
In the stands at those Martinsburg games, you get it really refreshes me on how dumb everybody in the stands are.
Yes.
I'm not going to.
I'm
staying out of that one. I'm staying out of that one.
It's unreal the fact that a 50-year-old dude who never played elite football in his life can sit up there and say, oh, well, you got to do this, or, oh, well, look, he's wide open. And, people are going to say what they have to say. Really nothing matters except for winning the most important game, which is the state championship.
And when you have to schedule teams out of state, it doesn't really help that.
Yeah, I mean, because, we scheduled out-of-state teams when we played, but it wasn't these teams that they're playing now. So I'll be the first to tell you that we had a much easier schedule than that Martinsburg team is having this year. I mean, it's about as tough as it got for us was Sharando.
Yeah,
that's about as
put
tough.
that
Now,
into perspective, guys.
Now Sharando was a.
That's true.
I will say that they were a better team than the Sharando now, but
They're still a pretty solid team this year.
I won't sit here and say that they were Highland Springs.
Right.
And I wasn't able to go to the game this weekend, but I would vouch to say that they were probably a little bit worse than the team they played this weekend. So it's all Coach Sherman is not afraid of that smoke.
Let's change it now to some happy
Hold on. I got
Martinsburg
one
thoughts,
more
okay?
thing.
I was gonna.
And I think that last year, you look at those, like this Highland Springs game. It was a totally different game last year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that Highland Springs team was coming off of a spring season.
Yeah.
So I think that totally changes the way that they played last year because they didn't have much off time before they had to start summer workouts.
Yeah, it's a completely different ballgame. I mean, you look at it. That team had over 10 dudes with high major Division I offers, Division I commits, and Martinsburg gets inside the 5-yard line 3 times in that first half, and they only let up 3 big plays that first half, which is this cover 0 that it doesn't matter who they play, they're not scared to do what they do. So I think that speaks to the staff and really to the players, and I don't think that the scoreboard in that game especially kind of does a good job at painting the picture of how that game really was, and especially in that first half. So.
All right, I want to get Ty in here as well, and I want to ask both of you guys. I'll start with Ty. Tyson, favorite memories as a Bulldog?
Definitely a favorite memory is each year going to the state championship game and always having that home locker room side, because it's pretty much coming back to our first home, and then we're just sitting there like getting pumped for the game. It's real quiet before the game even starts. Everyone's just trying to lock in everything. And then, like, halftime, like, we know, like, okay, like, we're doing, like, better. Like, I think we got this. Like, everyone starts talking a little bit more. And then at the end of the game, everyone's just, like, stoked and just partying.
My favorite memory would have to be my senior year state championship game. It was a game. Well, it was the year I won the Gatorade Player of the Year, and I had a great season, and I really worked hard for that season. And it was one of those games where I played very well, and I was also able to take everything in as it was happening. It was also, we were down at halftime, so it wasn't a cakewalk. It was a hard-fought win, which is something I've been able to experience a lot at Shepherd. So it was just one of those feelings of being able to play a good game and really just taking in everything that had happened in my career, that far into it.
All right, let's change over now. Talk about Saturday's big win. How do you guys think that the team did overall?
I thought it was great. I think the whole week kind of preaching, we're going to walk off the field with a win no matter if we play good or bad, right? So it's how do you want to feel after the game? You want to feel like you did what you were supposed to do, or that you're kind of disgusted with how we made this happen? So I think, everybody took that serious. Everybody handled their job. We got to see some young kids play, and I thought everybody had a lot of fun.
How about you, Ty?
Yeah, well, the week leading up to it, like, usually like, when you face like kind of like a not so good program, everyone like stayed locked in. Like, no one lost focus to it, and like we did what we had to do.
What? All right, let's now quickly go into first half. Seemed like you got most of that time in there, but from there it was really the younger guys getting the shine and a lot of the backup. So what was it like for you on the sideline getting to watch those guys and them be successful out on the field as well and the win?
I thought it was great. I think this year, more than any year, I'm really tight with all the quarterbacks. We have a good time joking around, hanging out, laughing. And really, I was the signaler the second half, so being able to perfect my craft in that sense was, I think, beneficial to me, and I had a lot of fun. And really being able to, especially, Christian threw his first touchdown pass of his career. which was huge, and he's a good friend of mine on the team, and it was fun. It was fun to be able to watch all the young guys, and especially Lek Powell got to sling it a couple times. Timmy Townsend, my good buddy, so being able to see him in the game meant a lot, and I was happy for him.
Apologize right now. It looks like we might have some technical difficulties going on the Comcast side. We're still up on YouTube as well as on the radio, but if you know somebody that might have been tuned in on Comcast TV 10, unfortunately it looks like Comcast is currently down for our channel, but just have somebody that you know that might be tuned in change over to YouTube on WRNR TV, as well as Talk Radio WRNR 106.5 FM, 740 AM. This week, it's a homecoming week for you guys, so how special will that be, getting to see the crowd and some guys that used to be on the team?
Well, being able to see that and then see all the guys that we previously played with, I know you've seen a lot of my offensive linemen I played with last year. I think Eric Ostro and them will be coming down, and just being able to see them out in the field and screaming with us while we're playing is going to be just an atmosphere just to be there.
I think homecoming, the homecoming game every year is a game that everybody anticipates. Just because you get a lot of alumni, which for me, for how long I've been at Shepherd now, it's it just turns into more and more people every year. So I'm excited. I'll get to see a lot of my old teammates and friends that I don't get to see as much anymore. And also, we play a team with a really good defense, so I think it's a task. There's a task at hand, but it's also, you don't want to look too far into hanging out with old buddies as much as you want to take care of handling business first.
Alrighty, we'll take a 3-minute break now, and on the other side of that break, pick Ty's brain about the recruiting process and his journey to Shepherd, if that's all right with you, man, as well as some Monday Night Football tonight between the Raiders and the Chiefs. So don't go anywhere. Live from the Neon Moon Tavern, it's Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. I looked up and I started panicking. Like as soon as I see complete black men, I'm like, uh-oh. When I see that happen, I'm like, something's wrong.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Fall into a new career you'll love with WVU Medicine. On Thursday, October 20th, WVU Medicine is hosting a hiring event, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Health Sciences Center on the Berkeley Medical Center campus in Martinsburg. Speak to recruiters and hiring managers about opportunities in patient access, radiology, nursing, and more. To RSVP, check us out on LinkedIn or our Facebook page at WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers. We hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Comcast for being down for a little while, but fortunately only missed about 1 minute of the talk and just mostly interviews. And even though that pays us, we realize viewers don't like the commercials.
No.
You want to see content.
No, yeah.
And that's what they're here for, and that's what we're here for. Tyson putting a thumbs down for commercials. But it does pay us.
Hey, he's on a commercial.
Exactly. So. You could have missed your commercial for all we know, man. All right, Ty.
I'm pretty sure that's what you did, right, in the commercial?
Yeah, that is what
recruitment process. How'd that go for you, and what made you choose Shepherd?
Rim.
So, first starting out, I know Shepherd was looking at me. They started looking at me around my junior year, midway through. They talked to me a little bit. And just overall talking to McCook and all that, I got a couple phone calls from McCook throughout the season. He was like, hey, we need to get you here for a visit, a couple game day visits and whatnot. And I remember when I first came down to a visit, I can't remember who they were playing, but it was like the most closest game. And even our past games have been like the closest of closest games. But being there and just seeing the atmosphere and all the crowd just cheering about it all was that's where I want to be. But going from the game day visit and then to the day visit where I came in and toured school and whatnot, well, I pretty much already knew the campus because I live 15 minutes away, and my mom actually has a hair salon right next to the campus as well. So I'm always down around in the area and everything. But when they were first recruiting me, it was Coach Ori and I can't remember the old offensive coordinator's name, but they came to my house a couple times. Yeah, Coach Hyatt came to my house a couple times, talked to me and whatnot. And then I got my offer my senior year, but when I got the offer, I was stoked. And then I was already going to commit your 100%.
Who'd you choose Shepherd over?
I had offer
You
from.
stole my question.
I had offers from Kent State, New Hampshire, and then every other D2 school in West Virginia. But I went to a couple of them visits, but it just didn't match up to Shepherd.
What was the difference?
Well, the difference with Shepherd is that it was just close to home. Really, that was the number one factor. And all my friends were there.
Home, man.
All my friends were there.
I want him to say that, though.
So, did he make a difference and you wanted to go to Shepherd?
Yeah, because he him coming here, everyone, he would always come to the games and everything, and everyone's talking about Tyson. Tyson's doing this. Tyson's breaking records. Tyson's, just Tyson. And I was like, okay, so I know he's about to go, up high, and we're going to go far in the playoffs and whatnot with him. So I was like, yeah, I want to go play there.
What's that offensive line room been like? I know you got some characters in there.
Oh, yeah. We got some funny people in there. Joey and Wyatt, probably I'm closest with them on the offensive line.
The two guys, really. The two character guys, right?
Yeah, especially Wyatt. Wyatt is a character. But I'm also close with Adam. Mainly, the starters right now, that's where, I'm mainly close with. Just because, we're always, by each other and everything like that. But I'm still close with the whole offensive line. We always got, a tight pack with each other, with the meetings and whatnot. We kind of joke a little bit. Sometimes we get Coach McCook a little fired up in the meetings and whatnot, but it's always.
Were you a part of the Coach McCook interview crowd last year? Where you guys would be sitting on the wall and we'd be interviewing him?
Yes, I was there. Yep. We always try to make some faces in the bag, try to get him off from the interview.
All right, I'm going to change it over now to Millersville more. Talk about that matchup and what you've seen film-wise from them.
So far, going in there early this morning, breaking down the film with the staff, they have good players everywhere, and they do some funky different stuff. They mix it up a lot. They're dropping 8. They're bringing pressure. They're moving their pieces around. They have no rhyme or reason for why they do what they do, but they've got good players running around, so they can make up for it athletically. But for us, it just, for me in the O-line, getting the pass protection right, and then after that, it's just, it really just all comes down to me, just going through my reads, getting the ball to the athletes that we have on this team in space, keeping drives alive, and taking care of the ball.
All right, before we get into talking about tonight's Monday Night Football, Ty, who's your main NFL team?
I'm more of a 49ers fan.
49ers? Have you always been a 49ers fan, or do you just recently?
I always have. Growing up playing Little League in UFL, you know,
okay.
like the
Yeah, they
49ers,
were.
Titans, always played for 49ers,
Okay.
and they've been my team since.
So it's been a pretty good season for them, especially defensively, it seems like. I think they're one of the two teams that have not allowed over 20 points, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's them in Dallas.
Yeah, but I know they had a lot of injuries on the team as well.
Look, you know, so the 49ers, like, we had, like, a little bit of a rivalry with the 49ers because they were, like, a newer team.
Okay.
Because it was like the Razorbacks and
Right.
the JCYFL, and we were doing our thing, and then it was all of a sudden we're playing the 49ers, right? And you know Coach Meach.
Yeah.
He was the running back on my team, right?
Okay, yeah.
And he, shaking hands after the game, we barely beat the 49ers, right? And we were a dynasty. Like, I lost twice my whole youth league career. He got in a fight with one of the other players on the 49ers in handshakes. We're like 8 and 9 years old.
I'd have to ask my friend because he played youth football. I never did, but being from Berkeley Springs, playing for the Wolves, I think it was the 49ers that they played in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl and actually beat them.
He got in a fight with the dude, and my dad was the head coach. My dad breaks it up, and as he's breaking up, he whispers in his ear. He's like, "Hey, way to handle business."
All right, tonight, who do you like?
All right,
Raiders,
well,
Chiefs.
Chiefs. The Raiders are, what are they, 1-3?
1-3. They did come off a win,
just
though.
made about the not even a question. It's
Yeah,
definitely
It doesn't seem like it, but at the same time, you never know in the NFL.
You do
There's
never
teams that
know.
surprise you.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders, if this was their breakout game to switch their season. But I can't go against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes as much as, you know, people may want to. It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs.
How about you,
Definitely
Ty?
got the Chiefs. My roommate's a big Chiefs fan, so if I go against him, I'll be
Who's your
hearing
roommate?
it. Jackson Zadera.
Okay. See, one thing that I might question, I doubt it though, is the fact that Chiefs play the Bills next week, and as you mentioned, Raiders being 1-3, you overlook them by accident.
Yeah.
I doubt it with Mahomes and Reid. I think that quarterback-coach combination is probably going to be the best in the league for a long time coming if Reid chooses to stay. You never know how many more years he honestly has as a coach, but just watching those two teams in the league as a whole, how do you think this season's gone?
What two
NFL-wise.
teams? The Bills and the Chiefs? What are you talking
No, now Raiders and Chiefs.
Raiders. Well, I mean, first off, for it to even be a question if the team's going to be locked in to play the Las Vegas Raiders with the best receiver in the league, arguably on the other team, when we don't get paid anything and we just had to lock in for a week and we played the Lock Haven Bald Eagles and we were dialed in, locked in the whole week.
So are you saying that the Chiefs are going to win 72-7?
All I'm saying is that if the Chiefs lose, there's no way it's because they weren't locked in. Like, these dudes are getting paid millions of dollars. That'd be embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, the week we just had to go through, like, every day, it's like I'm forcing myself to wake up at 6:30 and get my day going to play the Lock Haven Bald Eagles. And they're about to play the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they're going to put it on them tonight. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have another day, and I think that's how it's going to go. I'm a big Derek Carr fan. Big Derek Carr fan now.
Mahomes over under 277.5 passing yards.
Ooh, 277. I say under.
You say under?
I
for
say
Mahomes?
under.
You
I say he'll have an efficient day, but I don't think he's going over 277.
How many touchdown passes?
3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, he probably won't need that. They'll probably just win by default, right? They're going to win.
Yeah, I mean, if you win by default, you don't play the game, Spencer.
All right,
Come
I've
on,
got
man.
a question to go back to your team. What was last week like for you guys seeing when Joey got the announcement that he's selected to participate in the Hula Bowl?
I thought that was huge. They did it before practice, and it was like nobody knew, and then they just told us, and I was like, dang, like that's great. I know he's worked very hard for that. So any recognition that he gets, I know is well earned, and it's hard to not be happy for him.
I think it was well deserved. Playing next to Joey and everything, you can tell he's definitely got the talent to compete. And me and Wyatt are already planning to go and watch the bowl game with him. So.
That's good to hear. Orlando, Florida should be a nice place to be at that time. Maybe Tyson will be down there. Maybe he'll be at a different one. We'll have to wait and see. But we did have a guy on from the Hula Bowl talking about you and Joey. And I don't know if I'm supposed to bring this on air, but your dad might, unless he doesn't. You didn't hear it from me. But he got a little emotional when he heard what the guy had to say about you. Man. Some pretty high regards, draft stock, and don't want to make your head too big with all those high expectations and high praise. But
nah, I've kind of already fought that battle of feeling the pressure of this moment. I'm religious. I know that God has got me, and all I really need to do is put my best foot forward every day, and that's what I've been doing. But as far as my pops getting emotional, with older age comes lower testosterone. And all of a sudden he's tearing up on me a lot nowadays. So gotta watch it. Gotta watch my tone whenever I'm at the house.
I was about to say, I don't know if going from 100% or 101% down to 100% testosterone-wise is it's gonna make much of a difference for the beast, man. When it's all said and done.
Are you challenging him tonight?
He's already beat me a lot of times, especially in high school. We've had
I was about to say, but what is it? Is it $2,500 on the line tonight?
I can't remember.
It's a good.
I think that's what it is tonight. So you
I
might
think
have
just
to
call Joey in here.
Hey,
we've been waiting for him,
trying
man.
to get
We've
the
been
man.
trying for
We know
Joey.
the man lives in Clear Spring.
All you need to do if you want him to get on the show, all you need to do is tag him on social media.
Hey, we did today. He was all over.
He retweeted it.
He was all over the show with the guy.
Sports Mix wise, not Monday Night Mayhem.
But he will be on next week. You have my word. You have my word.
Because one, we wanted to talk to him about the Hula Bowl, obviously get his thoughts, and two,
We gotta get
he
the
really
story.
wants to get the story,
You gotta
man.
ask the question. Yeah, you gotta ask the question too.
I think,
Yeah,
I mean, they
ask
kind of hinted at it, that he remembers the
Yeah.
situation, but I'm trying to see if he remembers full details
Yeah.
of the situation. Can't make it public yet without him
He kicked
being
an onside
here.
kick to Joey.
I kicked an
in high school.
onside
Started
kick to
talking-
Joey.
started
And
talking to him.
I'm just going to leave it at that. And let's just say the ending, there was almost a fight. And looking at me going up against Joey, probably it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Clearly. So.
But you can never back down. So.
Never back down. But if you're a kicker, don't go up against a lineman that's being recruited Division I in any situation, no matter where you are. But we'll just leave it at
Maybe
that.
it should be a good time for a break.
I was about to say,
We're
you
starting
guys
to go
give
down
any
a
shout
rabbit
outs before we change hands and bring the beast on?
Shout out to Martinsburg High School.
Yeah.
2 Martinsburg greats in the house right now. Shout out to the Neon Moon. If you're not if your bar scene is not at the Neon Moon, you're making a mistake.
Then where you at?
Yeah, if you're not at the Neon Moon, where you at? Exactly. Shout out to Hagerstown Ford. Shout out to the Rockwell Clothing Company. Shout out to Shepherd Football, undefeated, trying to keep it rolling. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support, and can't wait to see y'all next week.
Ty, anything?
Just shout out to my family and friends. That's about it.
All right,
Get
appreciate
this
you
man
coming
some
on,
deals.
man.
Get this man some NIL deals right here.
Maybe we'll make it next year, Monday Night Mayhem with Ty Lucas.
Yes, all right.
We'll
I
have to
love
think
it.
about
I love it.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll take another 3-minute break live from the Neon Moon Tavern. On the other side of that break, we'll be joined by the Beast and Tyson Bajan. So don't go. See, Travis Bajan, you're Beast Junior, Tyson. How about that? We'll go with that. 3-minute break. You're tuned into Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at
Orsinis.com.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures even farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Civic and a 3.9% APR on a 2022 Accord or 2023 HRV.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI based on EPA estimate of MY20 full-line automaker fleet-wide fuel economy 2021 EPA Automotive Trends Report.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music, and Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Welcome back in live from the Neon Moon Tavern off 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg for more Monday Night Mayhem. Colin McLaughlin alongside me, Spencer Dupuis for Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10. And we're now joined by the Beast himself and Travis Bagent. And Travis, you got to go back and forth on Saturday. You started in Shepherd for the big game with the Rams. What'd you like there in the time that you got to see that win?
You know what? I told Coach if he won the toss to take the ball, because I wasn't going to be there. Of course, they go and kick the ball off. So got me on one possession there, Coach McCook. But I was surprised at how dominant Shepherd looked, whether it's because of Lockhaven not being 100% prepared. But definitely the Shepherd Rams looked absolutely awesome. I was there until it was like 20-0. I made it to the Martinsburg game, plenty of time, had 5 or 10 minutes before kickoff, and that was an outstanding game.
It was.
Just sucked that, we came up on the bad end of it, but what a great game. And I think I took from that we had 2 weeks at Martinsburg High School that didn't go our way, and we've had 5 other weeks, and I think that for me, I almost would rather go to those 2 lost games than I would like to go to any of the games that we won when it comes to being a person watching the game. I just wish we would have we looked so dominant in the first half, I thought. But I did notice that it took a lot of energy from us, and we did not have the depth in the defensive front that I think was needed. You could say a monumental collapse, or you could just look at the rosters and see how many players we played and how, they kind of wore us down. And hats off to Riverside. They get a, big win for them.
I just asked a question. I wasn't sure if you had one, Spencer.
Did you make it in time for Senior Day?
I did not, but I worked it out because I just did that with the homecoming court. So I just did the walking out, and I was there. It was absolute agony in slow motion. So as soon as this game creeped up, I was like, oh, I got it. I got this. So I called my wife and Ezra in, and I said, listen, here's the game plan. Go on to Shepherd. I'm going to watch up to 1240 and kick over there so your mom and DM will escort you in. No one batted an eye. So, bam, there it was.
And you made it for game time.
Yeah, that ended up being really awesome. If we'd have just won, it could have capped off a perfect day. But you know what? Life is like that. I tell my kids all the time that best thing you can do, and this is for you guys too, okay? Or the millions of viewers out there watching right now, you can take this little tidbit from Travis Bagent. As soon as you get old enough to make your own decisions and live your life the way you want to, your best attribute, in my opinion, will be to gather positive, good chips, right? Now, how do you get positive, good chips, right? You start doing the right things, right? You start being accountable. You show your loved ones that you're there for them. You start gathering these chips, right? These positive things happen. You get your money right. You get your girlfriend right. You get your car payment right. All this stuff is over here, right? That's the good stuff that you've compiled. And then you sit back and you wait for problems to come. Because you know what, gentlemen? They are coming.
They're going to happen.
Just like Riverside High School problems. So then when those problems come, they take away those chips. Your goal in life is to always have some chips left, okay? So no matter how catastrophic the problem is, you've accumulated so much positive stuff that they can't have it all, right? So for me, 2 or 3 bad things going to have to happen before you take all my chips, all right? Because I got them, right? Because I know that you got to walk it with caution, right? Because, they're ready to take it from you. Right? All the glory. They take the glory, and then there you're going to be left, right? You still got to live, and you still got to be you. So I have got enough good chips in my body and in my right pocket that Riverside, you took some. You took some. But I got it. I got enough, and we're going to survive, and we're going to bounce back, and hopefully the Spring Mills Cardinals can help us out with that.
And I was going to kind of bring something up along that line. Martinsburg loses 2 games this year to the out-of-state teams that are very good competition. Martinsburg's still probably, most likely, 99% chance. Give it 100%. They're still the best team in the state of West Virginia.
Well, that remains to be seen. I firmly believed that last week and every week up until now. Now, I think that we have opened those waters up and we've put just enough blood in there that the Sharks are coming. So if we play really bad like we did in the second half
all
of
right,
that
well, just so you know, it's you saying this, not me.
No doubt. Yeah.
I already get enough hate for saying one
I
thing
don't blame you. Listen,
so.
If anyone has a problem with me telling them that there is no guarantee that Riverside High School could win the state championship in the state of West Virginia, it is a pretty easy argument for the faithful to say that about Howland Springs.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, Riverside, although good, didn't show me that they are going to just 100% knock off whoever is in the semifinals or finals of the state championship. So I think that we really, 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 really need to focus there at Martinsburg High School and make sure that we don't let this thing, get any worse.
So what do you think the difference was between half number 1 and half number 2?
I think that it just shows you how football is, and the fact is you have one team that I think that 35 points scored in one half is the route coming normally at Martinsburg High School. I mean, that is a ton of points to score on a good team in one half. And then you go in the half and somehow, you come out in exactly the things that we seem to do to people in the second half, which would be to sneak right out with that onside. Well, first of all, to get the opening drive it down there, score, and then onside kick it and get the ball right back. So what a tribute, to Riverside. And I think that we were tired. I think that 35 points we scored on Riverside took more out of us than any of us knew. But if you were watching that game in the second half, you could see that Fleming, Rashad, and Xerxes were gone. They were playing a lot of plays, and you didn't see Nook. You didn't see Big 77, what's his name?
Wes Hancock.
You didn't see Wes, and you didn't see Eric as fluently as we normally would.
That is a fair point. I don't remember saying
so
Eric's name as much.
Our defensive line got thin, whether it be for whatever reason. And it just goes to show you that Riverside having 2 teams, an offense and a defense, it got crazy. And then the fact that we just had some weird things like, I'm telling you, Buzz Dover should have scored. And I absolutely.
You were talking about on that screenplay?
Of course. Yeah, well, I don't know what.
I thought he scored from my
no
angle.
idea
I was at
what
the line of
he's-
scrimmage, and I thought he scored. Well, funny part was right before that play, Coach Sherman yelled to him, "Buzz, you got me here."
Yeah.
And from where I was with everybody, I thought he made it in.
Yeah, no doubt. And listen.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate that because of the stiff arm, his momentum kind of made him touch out of bounds.
I'd say let's go further to that and say that he was tired.
I mean, there could have been that too. It was a long play, but
it's the last minute of the 40 or however minute game, 48 minutes, and he's been playing up both sides the entire time.
Yeah.
He's been tackled probably 8 times. He's probably tackled another 5 times, and he didn't think he had the juice. As soon as he broke, he was looking back, and any other time in Buzz's life, he scores that no problem. And then you get to the kicking game, and you figure out that a guy that we have the absolute, I mean, listen, I would have bet Tyson's car and Casey's car that Terwilliger was going to make that field goal and will make it every single time from now on.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, so, you take all those things in place, and then you're unsuccessful, and then you just look up at the sky, you throw your finger up and say, ha, I got you. The gods have spoken, and football is a crazy game with a crazy ball that bounces a lot of crazy ways. And, we got to bounce back, though. That's not good look, man. Not a good look. We should have beat that team, and it's a sad day. It's a sad week in Martinsburg.
Expectation, though, this week for Martinsburg against Spring Mills.
I mean, we're going to win. I do believe that. But, it's more than that. We got to come together. Ezra's got to – I don't know if it's Ezra, if it's Cam Shallis, whoever your leader is in that locker room, it goes a little bit further. It can't be the team against the coaching staff. There can't be all this back and forth banner, the rumors all around town of who's quitting, who's not quitting. The players need to get that under control and know that your back talk towards this program, we don't like it as players. Forget about the coaches and your relationship. If you're not on board, listen.
Which is painful because the ultimate goal of that 10th state title is still within reach for this team.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, exactly. But right now is the time that we need to make sure that there are no other problems from here on out.
And I think this is the time you'd see maybe college professional players-only meeting.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know if we have that strong of a senior group.
That's just the way you were just speaking to me. That seems like players-only meeting. Hey guys, it's just 2 losses. If you're in, you're in. If you're out, then you're out. Right?
Of course. Yeah. And for the seniors that are here, it's like, hey, bro, we heard you crying for a while, but now we don't want to listen to it no more. If you have a problem with the Martinsburg Bulldogs, any part of it, then please exit stage right because we have a job to do and our backs are against the wall.
And then on the other side, Shepherd this week, homecoming against Millersville.
Yeah, and listen, I've said it before. I know it's getting a little old, but what a great time to be a Shepherd Ram right now. I can see the momentum gathering. It's going to be a big weekend in Shepherdstown this weekend. We are going to have all the guys. Every good player from the last 30 years is going to be in the house. Millersville's going to bring just enough heat on defense to make that game good. And, I expect our defense to play really good.
You think attendance cracks 6,000?
You know what? I do. I think this will
If they're counting all the former players, then I think it's got to crack $6,000, right?
Listen,
let's do it.
Let's make sure that we crack $6,000 this weekend at Ram Stadium.
And since we're speaking grams, we're going to take a break, and on the other side of that break, we're going to have what? Is it $2.5 grand on the line?
It is. 2,500. Is that correct? This is the fifth week, right? I think so. We'll go over it. We'll go over each sponsor, and we'll make it happen. And Ty Lucas keeps eyeballing me anyway, so I'm sure we're going to have some.
I still want Spencer to get in on some arm wrestling. I might have to try to figure that out if we can get it on air or not.
She didn't want the smoke. She didn't want the smoke today. I was waiting. I was ready to go at 4:45, and she said, let's do it beforehand.
Well, we still got 14 minutes of show time, so if we can get this on the air, I think it would be a great warm-up for some Monday Night Football tonight between the Chiefs and the Raiders. So don't go anywhere. We'll see what happens. Live from the Neon Moon Tavern on Monday Night Mayhem. We're back in 3 minutes.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! drink some beers. Mountaineer Grill and Pub.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures even farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Civic and a 3.9% APR on a 2022 Accord or 2023 HRV.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si based on EPA estimate of MY20 full line automaker fleet-wide fuel economy 2021 EPA Automotive Trends Report.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night, Thursday is steak night, Fridays are dinner specials, Saturdays there's live music, and Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Welcome back into the final segment of Monday Night Mayhem live from the Neon Moon Tavern. Still got some time to get down here, enjoy some great food and cold beverages. Watch the Raiders take on the Chiefs at 8:15. You can also tune into that one right here on Talk Radio WRNR 106.5 FM 740 AM. I'm Colin McLaughlin, still joined alongside me by the Beast, Travis Bagent. And Travis, it's time to get into your arm wrestling challenge for this week, and I believe we said it is $2,500 on the line tonight.
This is week 5, right? We started off with Sahara Dry Basements. The very next week, we were with the Mountaineer Pub, I believe.
Yep.
Right? Is that correct?
I believe so.
1 week later with James Neal Diversified Services. That was $1,500. Last week from Murfreesboro, which I messed that up last week, Tennessee. The sweatshirt was rocking the Never Been Beat logo. That was $2,000. And last week was tough. Adam Stilley, not so tough. But the place started filling up, right? And all of a sudden here around 8:30, 9 o'clock, it gets a little tricky in here. So tonight, the $500 is brought to you. You see this, me rocking this North Carolina blue shirt here, if you could see me in there. John Nugent Heating and Air Conditioning. I told John the whole skit. He says, bro, I've been watching the show. I'm like, my man, can you come on Monday? Let me get a little bit of that smoke. I'll introduce the business. That's how it works. He said, Travis, I'm worth $15 million. I'm not driving down there 1 hour just for this $500. I'll mail you the check. You put it in there. So tonight, and I can tell Ty Lucas, he agreed to be the first one, but hey, when I look around and see the Dillon Brewers in here, the Osborne in the house, DM Bagent fresh on her 15th birthday here today, I can see that we are going to have a tricky time getting out of this building. With
What a better present for your 15th birthday than $2,500.
She has already asked me if she could win, and then we would split the money. I told her, babe.
That's cheating.
I will get fired, and it'll cost us $20,000. I don't know where she gets this stuff from. But tonight's going to be fun, $2,500. Hey, if you can hear my voice, and you know someone that has been telling you over the past 20 years about this arm wrestling guy in Charlestown, Martinsburg area, and you had that one dude who's like, I bet Uncle Jimmy could beat him. I'll guarantee you my cousin Bobby, if he came up from, no, he can't. Your cousin Bobby from North Carolina cannot beat me in arm wrestling. No one you know can. But if you need to bring them down here to the Neon Moon on a Monday night, if you can hear my voice tonight is $2,500. You pick the hand left or right, and I'm in.
All right, we got 7 minutes. Let's get into tonight's Monday Night Football matchup between the Raiders and the Chiefs. Who do you like in this matchup tonight?
Well, I like NFL football, and if you like NFL football, then you realize that there is no way that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs could possibly lose this game, right? Wrong. If you know NFL football, you know that for the last 2 weeks they've just been talking about Pat Mahomes as the greatest thing again since sliced bread. I get it. The second best quarterback in the league.
I feel like
Pat
I know
Mahomes.
who you're going to say is number one.
If that was
it's a
third,
guy that's 5-0 in his career
that's not true.
starts. No,
not true. I love Cooper Rush now. I love.
All right.
Cooper Rush.
Well, let me pose this question to you then.
But Josh Allen happens to be the best player.
Let me pose this question to you. Being a Dallas fan, Beast, this week it's been said that Dak's coming back.
Love it.
You do.
I love
You want
that he's
Dak
coming
back, even though Cooper Rush has been 5-0 so far and doing pretty well for Dallas.
What do you mean by back?
Starting.
Available? Or?
I mean playing.
Oh, no.
Do you want him playing?
Oh, no. We don't need
So you
Dak.
want a guy that's getting paid $40 million to sit on the sidelines?
Yes. I want Dak to sit there, watch, and wait until we need him. And until we need him, young man, you relax, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, Cooper Rush can handle things until he can't handle them.
Even against Philly.
Listen,
Team right now that's undefeated.
Here's
it's
what
at Philly, right, this week?
This is what I do not want. I say Cooper Rush plays. He keeps playing until we need Dak Prescott. When we need Dak Prescott, he takes over and he remains the starting quarterback. What I do not want is for Dak to start, for Dak to struggle, and for us to nonstop Cooper Rush this, Cooper Rush that. I am not interested in that analogy. So, hey, Dak, glad you're back. Grab the clipboard, and let's keep this running game and this defense rolling, player.
Looks like we got a crowd coming in here, getting ready.
Oh,
about 5 minutes left.
And they
Do you want a warm-up match before Ty? You want a warm-up match?
No,
I mean, we got 5
first.
minutes. I need something, man.
Hey, listen. Well,
I need something.
Let's talk about the phone call today.
Okay, we can.
Who is this guy?
So Jimmy Williams, I believe. I think I have the last name correct. He is a guy that is with the Hula Bowl, Draft Guy Jimmy on Twitter.
Draft Guy
If you
Jimmy.
want to follow him along, we had him on the Sports Mix. If you didn't get to tune into the Sports Mix, you can tune in and just go anywhere that you tune in podcast-wise. I like Spotify myself, but you can go anywhere you want. We still have it on Facebook, too. And tune in. It was our very first segment with Draft Guy Jimmy talking about Joey Fisher going to the Hula Bowl. He's a guy, being Draft Guy Jimmy, that really looks at draft stock and gives his opinion on where he thinks guys could go. And he mentioned your son and being a surprise in the NFL draft, possibly.
Yeah,
and
100%.
You called me as soon as you heard it because you heard about it.
So
I sent it to you, and then you listened into it and
gave you a call
you
back.
said you cried,
Yes.
but I think you
No,
might
no.
backtrack
What?
now.
What's this guy talking about? The Beast doesn't cry. What in the world? Listen.
I don't know.
I'm riding down the road today. My mother-in-law calls me. She says, hey, guy was on the radio today, and he was just saying that Tice was this and Tice was that. He had to check the boxes. And I said, well, that sounds good. So I immediately hung the phone up. I called my boys at WRNR up. I said, yo, how can I get a copy of the show? 2 seconds later, in my inbox is the show. I click on the link, and I hear this guy talking about the Hula Bowl and you guys asking him questions about Joey Fisher and all that stuff. And lo and behold, he starts talking about my man. Talking about it's a lock. Are you kidding me? Woo! So look, I'm just telling you, I did run an old lady off the road accidentally. Accidentally. That black Volvo, that was the beast right there.
All right, I'm going to mess with you here now.
Got a little teary-eyed.
Because I said it a few shows ago. I'd love to see Tyson in the burgundy and gold.
Oh, my goodness,
I'd love to see him in that Washington Commanders gear.
Yeah?
You being a Dallas fan, man, if that happened, would you jump ship?
No. Hail to the Commanders. That's what I would be saying. So, Dan Snyder.
So you jump ship?
Dan Snyder. Yes, jump ship. I am
You would
loyal.
no longer be a
Yes.
Cowboys fan. You would don that burgundy and gold.
I would still be a Dallas fan, except when they were playing the Washington Commanders. Unlike Coach McCook, Dan Snyder's cool with me, okay?
Only if that happens.
I'm a Dan Snyder guy.
Only if that happens.
Only if that happens, yeah. But listen, I'm pretty sure Dallas is going to be the backup to the backup at Dallas Stadium. He's going to be Cooper Rush's guy. He'll be on the practice team. Cooper Rush and Dak can work it out for 3 or 4 years. And then, boom, 3 games before his 3rd year is over, 4th year is over, we take over.
50 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
All right,
Let's get ready,
let's
Ty.
get these boys up here then.
Who's arm wrestling the beast tonight?
Get them in line right here. Let me fix
Thank you
this
so
table
much
here.
for tuning in live from the Neon Moon Tavern. Still stop on in. We're going to be here for some Monday Night Football between the Raiders and the Chiefs. And if you want to come challenge the beast, it's $3,000 next week. Unless Ty Lucas here right now can take the $2,500. 40 seconds, man. What do you think?
The most important thing about Ty, listen, Ty, I have lost before, but never the first match of the night. My goodness. I was watching the game the other day, and I hear all these people talk about Joey Fisher this, Joey Fisher that. Most of the time during the game, I can't tell them a difference. Ty Lucas or Joey Fisher here. All right, Ty, listen. Your parents can't help you tonight, all right? So,
We're already off.
We are? Oh, good.
Unless we're still on radio.
No,
I don't know.
off.
We're not on TV. But that's true. We don't want to break Ty's arm.